Start with the create new hairboard project, and we're gonna give a name for this. I'm gonna try to make a Post Malone's hair, so I'm gonna try to give the name of him. So I'm gonna create in here a project with the same already exists, so there is a name. Same name with the Post Malone. So I'm gonna go in here and give some kind of different name. Yeah, I'm giving here. So it's just created all the shaders for us for the hair, and we're gonna close in here. So we've got this grid. This is where we're gonna create the hair cards. We don't need this grid actually. We can go in this way. Alt B can change the background as you want. So here we got the Kuiper pack. This trend selection, if you need a different kind, whatever kind of strands, you can select that one. So if you want to create a hair that matches this one, you can just click in here. Once you click in there, you get this type of hair strip, hair strand, and just press W and mouse tool and move it to the inside of the box and refresh it. So it's in here. We have to do is here we have to uncheck this one, and once you're done, the tube shader will be gone and we can see the clear hairs. So here we have got the guides. We can shape them however we want, and we just need to see, we can shape them how we want. For the realistic hair, we have to change a lot of things, just like this. And once you're done this, we have to select these and give 0.08. 8 is gone for 5, but we need to have 8. So we will get that nice shapes, the hair, the exact natural looking hair. Once you're done that, you have to increase this count to white. What? Okay. Sometimes Maya's behavior is so weird. Okay, that's fine. I have to uncheck this one because it has to be updated fully instead of only primitives in the view. I'm gonna delete all of them. I don't want to have any of the parameters which are default. So we have got the shapes how we want, but we need to turn off all of the guides. We just need to go to the black background to check everything clearly. We're gonna add some clumping. So we have that. It's not following the colors, guides, sorry. So I'm gonna give guide in here, and now it's following the guides. Yeah, cool. Now what we have to do here is we see these things right in the car in the guides. We have to come over here and rebuild the curves. I can give 30 as we have given the CV count 30, so it will give some kind of nice shape for that because we don't see that box kind of things. And got them. This is a simple shape because I'm not going to create this one for my hair, but for demonstration purposes, it's just fine. If we need to shape them differently, we can do by taking the comp, something just like that. Yeah, and select this, comb them nicely. So we are left with these hairs. I'm gonna add one more clumping to it. This time I'm gonna choose, I guess it would work because it has great density of things. So I'm gonna generate, sorry it doesn't have actually. See, 1 2 3 4 are not enough. We just need to have at least about 15 would be fine. I'm gonna choose 6. I'm gonna save this one. Before that I'm gonna uncheck this one. So we've got the nice shape like this. Yeah, cool. Now one more clumping should be added to it because we have to have realistic looking here. So I'm gonna set up the maps with the 20% in here. 20, I can go even for 30, generate 30, 30, 30. Yeah. We can see in here. And just turn on the screen shape ambient occlusion. Screen space, not shape. Yeah, cool. I'm gonna turn this off right away. We just need to check the depth with the ambient occlusion whenever we want. I'm gonna increase this to 300. It depends on the card that we are making. Once you've done this, go to the nice that we want. See the hairs? It's perfect. But the stripe percentage is too much, I guess. I'm gonna go and set it to the 10%. Yeah, cool. We can manage however we want. See, these frizzy hairs are the magic ones because these are the most important ones for the realistic looking hair that we are creating now. Yeah, cool. Then so we've made something in here, but we don't have the great ends in here. We have to add cut in here. Cut. Still we need to get some kind of nice feel to it, nice feeling for it. I'm gonna go and check the clumpings. Probably this noise is making, not this. Yeah, I guess this is one. The stray percentage is totally fine, but let me adjust few parameters. Turn this off. Yeah, this looks cool, but still we can reduce this. I guess that's too much. See, we can see that great stray hairs which are creating the realistic feel to the hair strip. And now what we have to do, we just need to take the renders. So we're gonna go to the Arnold Manager. If you want to save the board, this entire Exchange board, we can save it in here by clicking the tag picture and save board. But right now it is for the demonstration purpose. I'm just explaining, so it is not going to be the final one, so I'm not going to save this. If you want to save this as a board, after finishing entire cards, we just need to take the picture and save the hairboard. Just click in there and it will be saved in the hairboard. Whenever you wanna have the texture, you can reload afterwards, whenever you wanna come and change something else like that. Yeah, cool. Now what we have to do is I'm gonna go in here for the Arnold layer. I'm gonna add height map for the checking purposes because all the maps will be working. So I'm gonna add this to render layer in here. We have this same, this is for the hair texture. Will it be thick or flat? I'll choose the flat because the hair textures are flat, right? So we have the anti-aliasing something, and we have that one, and we have checked this hair card because if we add all of those hair cards, just like flow map and normal map and something like that, albedo map. If you don't wanna render some particular map like this, you just need to click in here and make selected because these are selected. So what I have to do in here is you just need to uncheck this one. We just don't need this albedo map because the color map can be created through the Photoshop because this is just a flat color that gives, so we don't need that albedo map. We can create a texture, color map as we want. So I'm not gonna bake that one. And for the resolution, I'm gonna choose 2K for the, for this one, for the particular demonstration, I'm gonna choose JPEG for the faster results. I'm gonna choose the raw results in here. So I've selected all of them, like the norm map and height map. If you need to add ambient occlusion map, you can add that one as well. Come on, buddy. Yeah. Now it's selected all of them. We have to uncheck the albedo and flow map in here. If you need flow map, you can generate. It's good to generate all of the maps because we don't know what we will be having in the future. If you need color map and we didn't bake, it won't work like that, right? So we have to do that. Even the albedo, I don't recommend to bake the albedo map because it takes a lot of time and it gives the flat color. That's hard. Even we can take the alpha and apply the color to it. It will work the same way. So I don't recommend you to take the albedo map from the plugin. So I've selected the very high in here. If you want to select the 4K, you can select that. And okay, I've selected in all those textures in high quality, so I'm gonna go to bake here. Just click on bake selected. Now it's baking. See, the process will be in the left. So it's done. Oh my god. What? In seconds? My laptop was taking like 3 hours. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna go to the source and hairboard in here and render. And our project name is Post Malone here. And here are our textures. This is a height, hair height. This is nicely baked. And the normal. And the occlusion map. These are not great, right? This is having so much noise to it. We don't want that because our hair should be looking great. So what we have to do in here, we have to go into settings we have to select the CPU in here. Of course, we have to select this to at least 10 and enable. We don't want to enable that one because it's CPU render. If you are rendering with the GPU, you go to the settings and change to GPU from the CPU and render device fallback. Sometimes we run out of the memory of GPU. That times we have to be very sure we have the backup. So we have to select the CPU on the render device fallback. And enable manual selection, we don't need that because it will render using this one anyway because we have only one card. If we want to select, we can, of course. Yeah, cool. And once you selected the GPU in here, you have to come over here, grab to samples and enable this one. Once you enable, the render must be slow, not very fast, but it will give very, very nice results. So I'm going to select I've selected everything, so I'm going to bake the maps. The height map is perfect, so I'm going to go with this one. You can select whatever map you want. Select color space, view transform, output transform, but I'd like to choose the raw because raw is fine. Just bake. Click in here, bake. Now it's baking. It might take time for rendering all of those textures. It might show 100%, but it's still baking because we haven't selected the CPU, but we have selected the GPU. That's why it's selected. I mean, it's given 100% in here, but it's not rendered fully because it's still doing the job. So once you are done this, you can see the textures in here. They are still loading, but I'd recommend you to take the maps in TIFF format. Yeah, TIFF format. Just given a JPG in here, but I'd like to suggest you to take TIFF format for this. We don't want to mess up with any texture quality, so if we have the TIFF, that's going to be doing wonders for us. Come on, buddy. With these settings, my laptop was taking like 3.5 hours. I'm wondering if it takes even 20 minutes. That'd be great actually, because all this on ultra settings. All render. It's in the very high. It's in the 4K. And of course JPEG. It doesn't matter whatever the format is, but the time of the rendering is same. So it has baked the height map. We have got the height map. Very nice looking height map. See, we have the depth in here, so it is giving some more whitish colors, but we can reduce it through Photoshop. Yeah, if it is too high, we can reduce it through Photoshop, but it generally gives the great height map. Don't worry about that, but I just did something in here, just like demonstration purpose. I didn't think so much in here. I just took the render. I just make some kind of strip, for example. And here I'm having a normal map, which is very, very nice. These type of normal maps will work realistically than the ones that we generate with the Photoshop, because Photoshop generates the haze strips in different way. We don't see these kind of transitions between the color changes, right? We don't see that color changes with the Photoshop normal map. So we have to bake these things with the software like this, or we can use video renderers, but we have the fastest workflow in here with the plugin, right? So we have to use this one because it has given great transition between the colors in normal map. So it is gonna give great depths, realistic looking depths, not like just the height. Yeah. Even a lot of hairs that I made before are made with the Photoshop normal map, but I've checked with this map, there's a lot of difference between the Photoshop generated one and the plugin generated normal map, because the plugin generated map normal map has given some realistic look to the hair shapes, kind of like these curves and all. But for the Photoshop generated normal map, just the height, just normal height. So here we have got the occlusion. See, the depths are perfect. We can use the depth map by we can create the depth map by using this one. We just need to, we can combine these two maps and reduce the density, intensity of the occlusion map in Photoshop, so we can get that depth map. If you want to have the depth map from the plugin, okay, here we have the maps like the U gradient. We have to add this one, and we have to add V gradient because these are the root and depth maps. And once we've done that, we have to create the random hair map for the random hair. Uh, we can see that later once it's done rendering. And we have to add this disk ID map. This is ID map. It will give different colors for every strip. And we have got this alpha map. I'm going to add alpha map and custom map. You can generate however you want by editing the custom map, but I don't recommend you to use the custom map for now because we just need these maps actually, the height map, the flow map, and the normal map. Albedo, we don't need that because we will be creating that in Photoshop. If you need the albedo map, you can you can take from the plugin, but it takes a lot of time. So I don't want to spend a lot of time by taking this albedo map because it's going to give the flat color. It's not going to give any kind of great result, so I'm not going to take that one. So here is the occlusion map. Of course, we've taken that. We are going to uncheck that one, and of course normal map and the height map. We have got all of those map, and we have to have this flow map, and we have to have this this is depth map actually, the depth map, and this maybe this is root map. I have to check that. This is vertical map, so it must be root map. It must be kind of depth map because it has U gradient. So it is gonna be the random hair map because it has the different color for the each strip. And here the disk ID map. I guess we don't have any use with this, but I'm gonna uncheck that one for now. And of course, we have to have the alpha map for everything. So I'm gonna bake these maps for now. Bake this one. It just took like 4 minutes or 3 minutes to bake all of those maps before that we've done. I guess it will be more faster than that because it has maybe slow because it has a lot of maps that we added, like 5 maps, I guess, 5 to 6 maps we are rendering right now. The depth and the root map, alpha map, and random hair map, and one more map is there in the above. So it's just rendering, and all the textures will be appearing in here once. Even in the process, some maps will be done, but we don't see them in here that we've done. That's it's done, but we are doing that actually. Let me wait. We have got the nice depth, right? See, we generally don't get these type of ambient occlusion by using the AI ambient occlusion shader or V-Ray occlusion dirt shader. Actually, in V-Ray there is no ambient occlusion AOV actually, but we have the dirt texture in V-Ray. The dirt texture has the ability to generate the occlusion map because it has the occlusion option in that, so we can use that. But right now we have the plugin, we don't need to worry about anything. It has got some updates, but I don't have any updates for that because he has just given that this plugin for free with the version, the world version, not too old, but like 3 months away from here. In the backwards, yeah. And yeah, cool. It was giving a great, nice height map, but here we have got too wide because the depths are so huge, I guess, in here. If we need to have some kind of nice depths, we just need to combine this occlusion map with the height map. We just need to reduce the intensity. Remember this one. We have to do this in Photoshop. We have to drag and drop this Post Malone hair into the Photoshop, and on top of it, we have to go and just drop the occlusion map into it. And after that, you just need to pull the intensity, opacity to down to 20 or 10 or 30%. It depends upon the depth how much depth we want. Yeah. And of course had done this one. Oh my god, what the fuck is happening? I can't select this one until this render is done. Okay, cool. Here we have that one. So here we have got the, oh yeah, this is gonna be the depth map actually. That is height and this is depth map. See how awesome it is. This depth map can be used as specular map, of course, because it has some great this distortion. That is what the here that is what the specular map do. It has depth as well as the spec info. So we're gonna use that as a depth map and specular, of course. And here we go. Here we got root map. See, the root is black and the tip, so right, this is the root map. And the random. See, every hair has got different colors, and we can use these to generate different. We just need to turn it to black and white and use that as a ID map. This color ID. This is color ID map. We can generate color maps with this, the albedo color, in great way, not just black color, in great way. We just need to play with the Photoshop. We just need to turn everything black and white and play with the colors. There you go. We got the color map, of course. And what we have to get, the alpha map is still rendering. It's just taking like 30 or 40 seconds for every map. That is a cool thing actually, because I have experienced a lot of things with the plugin. That plugin was giving a lot of time, was taking a lot of time to render a lot of strips like this. Like at least I was spending like 7 hours. But now you can see I'm just taking all of the maps while recording the video. That's wonderful. So here we have got our alpha map. How awesome! That's so cool. So flat and so cool. We're not gonna lose any hair info with this because it has great alpha. It has great alpha detailing. See, everything is perfect. So we have got all of the maps. alpha, height, normal, occlusion, and depth. This is depth, right? Sorry, this is color ID. We can change. We can use this map to create texture for us. Wait, okay. And here we have got this one. But the only problem here we have is the height. Here we are getting so much space in here. It is because of the action. We have to change. We have to update it. So here we have this one. Here we have the depth map. Here we have the root. So these are the map. Works perfect in Marmoset and of course in Unreal Engine. And here we have this, which is not working totally because it is giving some gap. I forgot to tell something before rendering, so I'm gonna go and do the work. So here I'm gonna select the occlusion map or height map, whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna select the occlusion. Where is occlusion? Yeah. And once you have done that, you have to go in here and generate this. After generating this, what we have to do in here, have to select the render or node. I forgot that because we are making these maps with the Arnold, and of course I have to go and export patches for the batch render so it can bake nicely, I guess. These are the things sometimes Action do. I guess you have experienced it as well. So we don't need to change anything in here. I don't need any motion there. So I'm gonna go and I have to check with this one first. There is no light in the scene. Okay, that's okay for me. Now I have to bake again. Bake this occlusion map. Let me put it in the iterations. Bake this. We don't need to do that iteration things, but I just need to save that map, so I just move that into that folder. Because if I render occlusion map without moving the texture, it will just replace that. I don't need that because I just need to check the differences between that and this. We can't operate Maya while rendering. It's baking, not rendering. I'm using OBS. I guess it's 20 seconds. See now, we have got this one. Once we've done that hey card, maybe all of the cards, what we have to do is we have to go to the preview and change it to the Arnold render. And once you change, you have to go to the export patches for batch render. These are the things that everyone confuses with these plugins, and of course with the action. But right now, we don't have an issue with that. While baking, you can hide them. I forgot this. Well, after finishing all of the cards, you have to hide them. These kind of meshes. But make sure you're not deleting history, because if you delete history, then you spoil everything. So do not delete history while using action. So here we have got great textures. I'd like to generate height map. I guess it will be fixing that right thing, I guess, because I've selected Arnold in here. So I'm gonna select the height map. Where is the height? Where is the height? Man, I'm not so tall. but the height map is tall. See, before it was rendering until this one, and now there is no gap. Here we have the gap, here no gap. It is rendering perfect. We have so much stuff going on here. Now it's perfect. Thick black, normal black. It's giving more natural results. Of course, the same results, but a little bit of change. Okay, the height map is rendering. Let's write. Are you going to take eternity? Am I going to be old? I'm not going to be old because it will be done in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Color map with by using the height map. That's a great technique, but he has done a lot of things. But we have the plugin, right? It will do for us everything. The height map, this sucks. I was worried about this thing before, but the easy quick is, the cure for this, if you get this type of one, just mixing with the ambient occlusion map. So we don't need that one because we have got the great height map in here. So here it is so perfect. There is no distortion. This is very clear. You can see every clump in here. So it's gonna do the job for us. So we have got all the maps. So we're gonna use this map. Probably we can use the height map to create a color map. So here we have the height map. Always try to select TIFF in here because I've selected JPEG to check the maps quickly. So here we have that one. So here we have got that texture. You can make it a different color. You can fill it with the different colors, whichever color you want. If you want brownish color, and use this, just like that. I guess multiply can do the job. No, it is not going to be doing the job for us. Let me check. Yeah. It's not going to do as well. Overlay. Yeah, this is going to be doing the job. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go and this is brown color. Now, see, it's so easy to do. We don't have any alpha. If we want to change, we can change by masking with the alpha, but okay. This is perfect, picture perfect, like that. Okay, this is how we can change the color. We just need to change the color, whatever color we want. If you want the green, just select green, but that's too much, right? I have to go in here. Yeah, we can do this, but if you don't want to do this, you just need to apply these. These are, you can use this one for the darker color textures. When you are rendering, if you are having the hair is darker, you can apply this height texture to the color map. If you don't want to do that, what you can do here is you just need to go in here and select this map. Not this one, this one. This is specular map. Probably this is going to be doing the great job. Yeah, height map only you can do the great job. But for this, we can use this map as well. This is going to be a lifesaver for so many people already in the industry. We just need to turn it to black and white. Black on white. See how awesome. We have got the idea map. This is gonna be doing the job for us because we can be changing, we can be applying this map into the color slot and changing the color in Marmoset or Unreal Engine. Of course, Unreal Engine have a lot of controls than the Marmoset, but Marmoset gives better results, and Unreal Engine gives the realistic results as well. But we have to spend a lot of time in tweaking, tweak. And right now, I have to change the color. I'm going to change the color to the blonde. Am I selecting the right color? I don't think so, but it's okay. I'm going to go with the overlay. The color has changed. That's how we have to do this. It has great color variations. And if you don't want to do that, you can go in here, hue and saturation. I guess it won't work. Let's check. Because it's a black and white map. Yeah, let me check with the hue and saturation. It's turning everything into that. This is awkward. I guess it's not working. That's the best method because the overlay and color change. That's really nice. Okay, let me check with the color balance, how it works. We have to play a lot to get better result. We don't need this hue and saturation. That's making stuff weird. And black and white. Where is the black and white? Tilt, tint. Yeah. Tint. Now we can change the specular or random hair strands. See? This is how we can control. It's a great technique, actually. Actually, I'm inventing this technique right now, not before. To use that ID, we have a lot of things, right? We can change using them. See? That's how it works. Color map. We need to change the entire color. You can change with a new layer and apply some kind of color to it. Again, go in here and overlay. That's simple. We need to select some kind of brown color. That's it. And play in here. Go in here. Where is the color balance? Sorry, tint. See, it still works. Isn't it a great technique? It is. Yeah, cool. I guess I recommend you to use height map for the color slot to change the color however you want, or else you just need to take this map and turn it into the black and white, just like this, and turn off this tint. So you'll get this one. Just this, apply this map into the color slot and change the colors as you want by selecting the colors in albedo slot. That's done. This is the smartest and easiest method. And one more thing I have to talk about. Here we have these names, right? You would never change them, and you would never touch any of these things, because it is gonna give trouble. We can hide them and unhide them, but and right now we have got this, right? If you don't want to spend a lot of time in creating the color map, you can give any kind of shader to it, because there are a lot of shaders for us. So here we have got the natural black, dark brown, sorry, not brown, light brown and light brown, light golden brown, golden blonde, a light ash blonde. What? These are the hair colors. Okay, I have some kind of dark brown hair, not so black, not so brown. My hair is weird. Yeah, I know that. I'm gonna go to the platinum and add it to the layer and select this one, this strand, and click on assign change. You can change the shader colors as you want, to take the colors as you want. Yeah, this is how you do the shader system. You can edit the shader, but I don't recommend you to edit the shader, because why we need to change colors while we are getting the great results. And convert all description to poly2. I don't recommend that one. If you want to take the picture, you can take the picture and save this bird. Once you save that, it will be saved into the bird. Enable AAA. Angelizing, nothing much. See, now it's giving some kind of distortion, some kind of wavy kind of thing. See, this is not good. This is like pixelated something. So if you turn on this one, see, now everything's perfect and the lines are so straight and so clear, soft. So it's done right now. And what I can talk about now. Don't change anything, because not updating the progress. Make sure once you're done, click in here, done, and save the board. You can do that. If you want to save that. If you don't want to save that, once you're happy with the heat textures, you don't have to do anything. Bake textures and take the textures and start working on the hair arrangement. But I'd recommend you to save the hair board once all the hair cards are done, because if you want to change something in the future, you can open that one through that one. Once you launch that, it will ask in the options. All right. So what I have to do in here is I'm going to save this for you. Take picture. So it's taking the picture and save the board. See, select your current progress in the combo box on your left. We can do done. If it is in the progress, we can select this progress. If you want to do that later, save this one, and it's done. After finishing done and save this, your file is saved now. And if you want to close this, close. That's done. And here is the load an existing hayboard project. So here we have saved this one, right? So if you click in there you go. You have that one. So you don't have to do anything. It's done, right? Yeah. This is how the plugin works. And of course, we don't need anything more than that for the height textures. It depends upon whatever the method is easy for you. Yes, you can go for that. Yeah, cool. Make sure it's not coming out of the boundary box here as well. You know how to manage this one, right? Just do this and refresh it. See, now it's perfect. And here as well. Yeah, done. Job is done. I'm gonna close this off. Good luck making a nice hair. Okay, modifiers. You observed everything, right? See how many are we have added. Of course, I need to talk about, I forgot that one. You are in the confusion of some kind of coil effects for the hair, right? Yeah, this is cool, right? This is going too much in here. I'm gonna reduce this count like this. If you want the radius, this is the radius, the amount of bend, and this is the count scale. And if you want to count, if you want to have a lot of waves in here, you can increase that for 4. See this? How awesome it is. You can apply the shader, this. See, it's a great thing, of course. And if you don't like this, go to the, the endings, the tips of the hair. It depends on the clumping. Of course, this is because of the count. This one we can change however we want. See how it behaves. Yeah, I'd recommend something like this. We can reduce something like that. Of course, it's a nice tool to use for the curly hair cards. Sometimes the curly hair will be having so much bend at time. See, awesome, right? Make sure you're having the nice curves. Let me turn them off. Clumpings are totally perfect. Noise on and noise. This is very important thing because it gives some natural looking noise stuff. You can use cut modifier to cut the edges. And we have the coil. And if you need some people's hair is too much, right? That time you can use this 2%. Some people's hair will be like this. With a lot of curl, you can increase as 10. What? See this? But we don't like this one. We have to do something else for that. Guides. Which effect is giving that? I have to check. I guess we don't have to change in here. Probably the cut. Smooth. Yeah. Let me check. Yeah, this one. Now we will get some kind of smoother transition. If we use this much of count, we have to increase this one as well to 80% to make it nice. See how awesome it is. That's how it works. Some people will be having that type of hairs, but I don't recommend unless watching the reference. So it is great, and if you want to reduce the radius, you can totally do that. Yeah, so many people will be having this kind of curly hair. I'm gonna go and close this video. I guess we're done with this. Congratulations from me and you. because we finished it. Bye, take care.